YouTube viewers, it's Sincere and Michael, bringing you a new podcast from my segment called The Naruto Review. Like always, this podcast is brought to you by Screw You Productions. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand it. Now, let's get into this. Podcast. This is episode 400 and this is episode 437. Now, the latest episode starts like this. We see Rizume walking to the gazebo where Lady Tsunade is reading Jiraiya's manuscript about the mission about the current mission that Naruto and friends are having. So anyway, Azumi says to Lady Tsunade, like, have you eaten lately? No. And said Lady Tsunade, said Lady Tsunade, she said, I have been reading the Jiraiya's latest novel, and like, and Zuma said, it's another chapter of his Perry book, or his latest, it's another chapter book of his Makeup Paradise, of his Makeup Paradise series, and Lady Tsunade, it's not another chapter of the Makeup Paradise series, but it's about it. It's about the story of Naruto and his young friend being on a dating mission and stuff like that. So anyway, Suzuki said to Tsunade, I'm gonna go get you something to eat. So I'll be back. So she grabbed her butter and went to go get Lady Tsunade something to eat. So and Lady Tsunade said thank you. So anyway, Lady Tsunade still picked up where she left off with Naruto and Neji. So anyway, Byakugan Obito after showing Neji the truth about his father and shit, he decided to, you see how the least village in the five great nations to treat their own people and shit, blah 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 blah. So Byakugan Obito asked Letty to come with him and shit like that and join him with some others and shit. So anyway, and Letty was like okay, and Naruto was like, what? Are you serious? Are you serious? No, I just don't worry, Naruto. I just want to hear him out, and that's and Naruto tried to stop Neji, but that's when Byakugan Obito did some quick triangles to Naruto and block Naruto's chakra points and left Naruto on the ground paralyzed and shit. And Byakugan Obito was like, don't worry, don't worry, he's not dead, he's just paralyzed all his chakra points and shit make him paralyzed and shit. So anyway, Byakugan Obito and Neji went through another portal door and left Naruto there and shit. Anyway, Anyway, meanwhile, we see Sakura and Sasuke get to in the forest outside the village. Outside the village, he just left. He got to the clearing. He got to this big clearing. Got to this big open field in the middle of the forest and shit. So anyway, Sasuke said this will be a good one, a wonderful for us to meet up with the other teams and shit. So anyway, it turns out the other teams are out scouting, looking for Naruto and their senseis and shit. So anyway, Sakura told Sasuke we should, go back to the village and, go back to the Hidden Leaf village and, and go get some reinforcements. And Sasuke, no, that would be a bad idea. At the moment, we still don't know. We still don't know who our enemy is. Or will be watched at the moment. So it would be a bad idea to head back to the Leaf village at the moment because of the current situation and shit. So anyway, meanwhile, we see Walkley and Tintin, searching the forest and shit, and Lee's crying and shit like a little girl and shit, screaming, God Sensei! Being Lee and shit, and Tintin tells him to calm down and shit, and Lee's telling him that I won't give up looking for God Sensei and the other Sensei and Naruto and Neji. I won't give up, but that's when he stopped crying and shit. So anyway, meanwhile, we see Shikamaru team with Napta's team scouting the area and shit, looking for any Koshi Sensei and the other senseis and Naruto and Neji. So anyway, so far there's no luck. So another use of Byakugan. So far it wasn't no luck. So meanwhile, back in the Void Dimension, we see Byakugan Obito and Neji talking to these holographic images of Nagi, Yoko, and Kamo. Turns out Byakugan Obito are working together with King Jiraiya and shit. So anyway, Obito told that we got another person who wants to do a crusade, to wipe the ones how the Fire Nations treat their people and shit, whatnot. So anyway, Yoki always talk about the encounter with Shikamaru's team and shit, how they said the boy and shit. So basically they know that Neji is one of those least skinny and shit. So basically, he ordered Obito to keep tabs, keep an eye on the other skinny shit and see what they're doing while they go find their true enemy, whoever that is. So anyway, meanwhile, at Orochimaru's hideout, we see Jiraiya enter Orochimaru's hideout. So far, it was empty until he went into and saw this weird guy covering the shadows and shit, and covering the shadows and shit. then we cut back to where Shikamaru team and another team was still searching for the other sensei to Naruto and Negi. So another use of Byakugan, and so were Sasuke and Sakura was, and also somehow a wish that is a wish into the making where Neji and Byakugan Obito was at. And she told the others about it somehow her Byakugan can see through a different dimension. And I find that kind of strange, but I find that kind of strange, and I've seen the Byakugan for different dimensions shit, but like who the fuck cares? Anyway, also, that's not the only that's not the only thing that saw for her Byakugan. She saw sorcery hiding behind the tree about to attack Sasuke and Sakura. So anyway, so her the others was to Sakura and Sasuke's aid. Meanwhile, in the clearing, Sasuke and Sakura was ambushed by sorcery, and this whole fight to break out and shit. So anyway, they were trying to avoid sorcery's poison tail that was letting poison shit for his puppet and shit. And Sasuke said, "What are you? Are you human and shit?" He said, "Human." He said, and Sasuke said, "Human. I am a masterpiece." So basically, he was using his special combat puppet and shit in there, and they started to Sasuke started to fight and shit. So meanwhile, somewhere else in the forest, we see Rock Lee and Tinte still looking for Garcia and the others, and that's when they get ambushed by these paper bombs and shit, and by these paper bombs that came out of nowhere and shit, and they start to run and dodge from these paper bombs and shit, and that's when the others picked up on Rock Lee and Tintin's situation and shit, but they couldn't, but there was what they said Rock Lee and Tintin will be alright, be alright, they're right behind us and shit like that, so they'll be alright, but we need to go help Sasuke and Sakura. So anyway, the matter, so far Sasuke fire user is not doing damage to Sasuke's puppet and shit, and that's when Sasuke's puppet poison tail scratched Sasuke on the arm, and his arm turned blue and shit, and he got poisoned, and that's when Sasuke got poisoned and shit by Sasuke's puppet poison tail and shit. So anyway, Sakura was just holding Sasuke, while Sasuke just stare at them stare at those two and be like, you guys are dead now. So anyway, Naruto was trying to anyway back in the dimension, so Nessie and Overton was watching the whole thing, going down. But as for Naruto was still paralyzed paralyzed on the ground in a different part of the dimension, and he was trying to get the nine-tailed fox to lend him his chakra, but that's when he had a flashback about his dad about the nine-tailed fox inside him. He said, I have no doubt one day you will master the nine-tailed fox. Chakra one day, but as for now, it's dangerous for you to use the nine-tailed fox chakra while going to proper training and shit. So that's when the flashback ended and shit. And Naruto was trying to turn the fox like lending your chakra, and that's when Kuma said, I could lend your chakra. It could lose my chakra, but since all your chakra points are blocked right now, it'd be dangerous to do so. When all your chakra points blocked right now. But if you unleash your seal, I can let you have my chakra, but Naruto was like, that's nice try, but I know what, my father said, don't ever unleash your shield, and anyway, also Naruto doesn't know how to unleash his shield, so anyway, and that's when, out of nowhere, this big portal opened up, and Master Jiraiya appeared and said, the Toad Stage Master Jiraiya's here, and this is how the episode ended. So anyway, this wasn't a bad episode. It was, restoration on Dream World. So far, this was a nice filler episode, but I'm hoping that it will be done by with these Dream World episodes very soon, because I want to get back to the fight between Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura versus Madara and shit. So anyway, this was a good episode. So anyway, like always, this is Michael signing off. 1.